Hey, I saw your last video.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, who is this character?
Oh, she's my original character.
Oh, that's cool. I've seen your other OC drawings. Are they all a part of the same story?
Yeah.
You should make a video explaining them because I don't really know anything about them.
Yeah, I should do that. Yeah.
Why are you so nervous? You were the one who decided to make the video and post it.
Yeah, I know.
And you want to make a show with these OCs.
Yeah, I do.
Then why are you crying?
I don't know.
Get it together and make the video.
Hey guys, guess what this video is about?
Yeah, I'm gonna yap about my OCs for insert amount of time. The characters in the world are kinda goofy, and a lot of things aren't finished or set in stone yet, and the lore is always changing. So with that in mind, let's delve into it. To understand the characters, you first need to understand the world they live in. The characters are from a show I want to make called Cursed Circus. It takes place in a world with Greek gods, monsters, and other magical creatures. By the way, normal humans know about this. It's not a secret or anything. All the monsters were people once, or are descended from monsters that were people. The main gang are cursed by the gods. Having monster encounters and other strange stuff happen all the time. Why are they cursed? We're not going to talk about that right now. By the way, I didn't know where else to put this, but you cannot use my characters in your own projects and claim them as your own. Someone asked me this in the comment section of one of my videos. It was the same guy I made this video about, by the way, and it was kind of awkward for me. With that PSA over, let's get back into the video. Okay, I'm actually doing this. I'm being brave. This is Scylla, a silly little clown girl who is also half monster. On her mother's side, in case you're wondering, she understands monsters and can talk to them just like how you can talk to people, which low-key sucks most of the time. What'd you say about me? That bit was 100% necessary, trust. Anyways, she's also an orphan because, of course she is. This is a reference you would get if you watched my looking at my old art video. No, I do not know what I am doing with her monster design. I don't know if I should keep the wings or ditch them. I also don't know what should trigger her transformation, but I know I want fear to be one of them. But I don't know what the other triggers should be. If anybody has any ideas, please leave them in the comments. Okay, rant about design / mechanics over. She ran away from the orphanage and joined the circus. She's also always looking for adventure. She wants to make friends with every new person she meets. She likes learning new things and skills, and she loves to tell you all about them. She has this kind of found family dynamic with the rest of the gang, but mostly with one character in particular. Benjamin is an interesting character. He's the ringmaster of the circus, and he's also a demigod, son of Melpomene, the goddess of tragedy, like theater. He used to perform at her theater. I just realized looking back at the script that I need to explain some stuff. I made a whole city that's kind of like Olympus, but not really. There's this whole ring system where the farther you go in, the more godly it gets. Anyways, back to the video. He ran away when he was around 15. He survived on his own for a little bit. At some point, he went on some quest with a group of heroes before starting the circus. He also used to have a wife. I didn't know where else to put that, so it's going here. Anyways, he's not like other demigods. He doesn't have much reverence for the gods. He also did something in his past that they deemed worthy of punishment. Long story short, he is the reason that they are cursed. Anyways, he's kind of an adopted father to Scylla. Not as much in the beginning, but I plan for it to progress more as the show goes on. Benji's a very outgoing and charismatic person. He tries to stay pretty positive and energetic, but you can tell when he's just putting on a mask. Oh, and in case you're wondering why I didn't put his age down on his character sheet, there's a reason for that. Anyways, next character. This is the character that I used in the tweening animation a while ago. This is Gizmo. She dances like the perfectly precise machine she is. She's an automaton, a robot with a consciousness. She hates it. She hates being conscious. She was created by a great inventor trying to make a lifelike robot. Either it was because he prayed to the gods or it was something of his own doing. One day, she woke up. She saw the world and was like, I don't want to be here. By the way, she has a voice kind of like an old radio. I was also thinking about doing something that's kind of echoey and metallic. I'll fiddle with it more if I ever make more stuff using the voice. Anyways, she was treated like a puppet, just an object they could use. She hated it. Eventually, her creator got sick of her and gave/sold her to the circus. Luckily for her, Benjamin and the gang treat her like an actual person. Gizmo's personality is kind of like early Zooble from the Amazing Digital Circus. Kind of angry at everything, and she doesn't want to get involved in any of the chaos or wacky hijinks. Honestly, very understandable. But she gets involved anyways, at least 50% of the time. Wait, no, wait! No! Alright guys, Scylla was taken by a monster. Again. We're going to need to...
I'm out.
Skip break over. Gizmo struggles with understanding emotions and why people do what they do. Being a robot and all, she doesn't really have much emotion. So, yeah, that's Gizmo. Anastasia, the daughter of the Oracle. She's a fortune teller, obviously. She inherited some future-seeing abilities from her mother, but it's not the same as being the actual Oracle. Her manipulative mother wanted her to be the next Oracle, and Anne here really didn't want to have all that responsibility. And she definitely didn't want to be forced to see how people will tragically suffer and die. So she ran away and joined the circus. Anastasia is kind of the Ragatha of the gang. She's kind and caring, partially because she can see some of the awful things that will happen to them in the future, and wants to treat them the best she possibly can in the present. She also does it so she can have a feeling of control in an awful situation, even though she can't really do anything. And if she treats you a little bit too nice, yeah, that's rough, buddy. Better get some dog biscuits for Cerberus. She's also the most reverent of the cast. She still thinks somewhat highly of the gods, even though they low-key tortured them. But she was also raised to think that way, so I don't really blame her. Now let's talk about her antithesis. Chuckles the Killer Clown. Very original, I know. He killed a couple people, went to prison, broke out, and eventually joined the circus. You might be asking, is he a villain? No, he's one of the good guys, kinda, on accident. Kind of a chaotic neutral that just so happens to be on your side. I like the idea that he thinks he's some sort of criminal mastermind, but it's just a situation with Gravity Falls, cops. I don't know, just a thought. I say that like I didn't create the character and I couldn't just make it part of the lore. Chuckles is one of those characters that self-identifies as evil. He believes he cannot be redeemed, and he would never admit that he cares about anybody. He's violent and goes into every encounter with monsters and sometimes other people, head first with his big red war helm of destruction. By the way, I want to give the hammer a name. What should I name it? Leave your ideas in the comments, I'd really like to hear them. He's also definitely the kind of guy to bring up sensitive topics as a joke, like Scylla's parents or Anne's mommy issues. He's kind of just an all-around jerk. Sparky. He gets shot out of a cannon. Despite his appearance, Sparky is not a demon. He's a creature called a flameling. It's a working title. Why, you might be asking? Well, reason number one, religious. Reason number two, demons are associated with spiritual stuff and the afterlife, and Sparky is basically just a guy with flame powers. Now that we got all that out of the way, he comes from the country. Yes, he has a southern accent. He's very kind and sweet, but willing to fight for the people he loves and what is right. A neutral good, if you will. He has a lot of siblings who were raised by their single mother. His dad is dead. IDK how he died yet, but I'm working on it. One day, he decided to leave his small town and see the world. He tried to find work, but couldn't because the humans didn't want to hire him. The whole firepower thing makes them think he's dangerous, which is kind of justified, but he's fully in control of himself. But they still don't trust him for some reason. And that's how he ended up here, in the circus, where he also met a certain special someone. He likes her. He likes her. Victoria the Acrobat. She's a bit of a bratty rich city girl. I feel like I need to address this. I am dumb and didn't think about the character's race and time period this is set in when I was creating their backstories. Anyways, she comes from a wealthy family where everything was kind of handed to her and she never really needed to work, but she always loved to perform in front of an audience. I like the idea that she had some sort of argument with their family, I don't know what about yet, and one day she just left. You already know this part. Life gets hard, can't find a job, and she eventually joins the circus. Victoria is one of those characters who are mean and sassy in the beginning, but grows a character throughout the show. Her relationship with Sparky is similar, starting out being mean and rejecting him, even though deep down inside she secretly likes him, but eventually she admits her love both to Sparky and herself, and the rest is history. Ew, I forgot how gross this looks. A friend at a Halloween party asked for this, I swear, here is proof. Here's a more accurate image. Storm, the useless son of Zeus. He has absolutely no powers. He's basically just a kid, but he doesn't see it that way. He thinks he's just this close to unlocking powers. He just needs to work a little bit harder. Spoiler alert, it won't work. He was raised like a normal kid by his mom, and then one day she told him about his father. He ran away shortly after, chasing adventure and a chance to prove himself. Storm is not a member of the circus, but they bump into each other quite a lot. Storm seeking adventure and chasing monsters, and always finding it whenever they're around. Storm is arrogant and cocky. He thinks that his father makes him so special and important. And you better believe that brings up the fact that he's technically a prince sex all the time, which really isn't the case. If you know anything about Greek mythology, you know Zeus's favorite pastimes are cheating on his wife and making demigods. Gross. He also thinks that if he does enough, his dad will love and accept him. He is very wrong. Zeus does not give a crap about most of his kids, unless they're like the greatest hero of all time or something. Storm has a couple of upsetting realizations coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg with my OCs and the world they live in. I really hope you liked this video, and hopefully you'll be able to see more projects using these characters from me. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Here is your OG pin. If I ever make this show and it becomes famous, congrats! You can officially say that you were truly there on day one.